Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Spotlight Gulf Coast is partnered with William Carey University and sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, the Trenchard Scholarship Fund, and the Butch Ostelet Foundation.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across our region, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today we have Miss Cody Bailey, and your pet with you is named?
Birkin, the Pomeranian.
Birkin, the Pomeranian. Okay, Birkin, welcome to TV land.
And he also has his own Instagram page.
He has his own, well, he looks like he's a star.
He is a star.
He's
He's our TNC Mississippi mascot. We're happy to have him here today.
And we have our other favorite, Miss Chelsea Welch. And,
Thank you for having me.
I know that, Chelsea, you've been very instrumental in getting this put together. We met a few weeks ago. Well, actually, it's been probably about a month and a half now, and we started to look at some ways to get you out in the community.
Yes.
Taking you to Rotary, introducing you to some people down here, and naturally, the television show is a great way to showcase the Nature Conservancy, and that's what we're going to be talking about this entire show. And I'm going to start with you, Chelsea, just because I do know you a little better than everybody else, seeing that I just met, except the superstar here. It looks very familiar. I mean, I think there's quite a few that are probably related to him. And
I'm sure, along the coast, without a doubt.
And we're going to get to you in just a second, because your bio sort of caught me, and I circled it and even wrote it down. But
She's
Chelsea,
an interesting girl.
First off, fellow Tiger.
Absolutely.
Except
Go Tigers.
you graduated. I didn't.
I did in 07.
07.
Yep.
Well, I was 30 years before that, but I.
Oh my goodness.
But you also, I know, ride horses, and
Yep.
I know you're into that. And of course, Mr. Ostelet, Butch.
He's my bonus dad.
Bonus dad.
He gave me a great childhood and exposed me to so many amazing things.
Well, we have breakfast every morning, and it seems like it has been for years and years now. And I know that when we first started talking, you were telling about your new position. We went after the Rotary Club, and you asked some questions, and I told you it's a lot of one-on-one meetings with people, and certainly want to get to that in just a second. Now, tell us a little bit about what your job is.
Sure. Well, I am the Deputy Director of Philanthropy for the Nature Conservancy in Mississippi. And I've been with the Conservancy.
Like her boss.
She is.
I am, but we are more friends than a supervisor relationship.
Right.
Chelsea and I have the great fortune to travel across the state with our sidekick Birkin, and we have another sidekick named Toby, a furry Pomeranian sidekick. And we get to be out and about and really explain the work we're doing, and we have the great opportunity to help sustain our work in Mississippi.
Now, what is the main, I guess, if you could say, the top two things that you're looking for? You're looking for people to either donate land or give you access to like waterways, or
So,
I'm asking.
So to start, the Nature Conservancy is a global nonprofit conservation powerhouse. We have projects in over 80 countries throughout the world and all 50 states. Our mission is simple yet profound at the same time: to conserve the lands and waters on which all life depends.
And it's interesting you ask, what does that really mean? I had somebody ask me, what does it mean to protect the lands and waters? And we have a crew of over 1,000 scientists. We're science-led, and we create innovative solutions to protect the lands and waters, like reconnecting floodplains in the Delta, stewarding our forests here in Mississippi. We put conservation easements on land to protect that land, or building oyster reefs.
Right.
So we're in your community, on the ground, making things happen.
Now, some people may want to do it, for the reasons you just said, but others may want like a tax write-off, or there's something that they no longer feel like it would be put to better use, helping your organization. How does that process work? I mean,
Well, the thing is, Chelsea and I work in the world of philanthropy, and our goal in our positions is not just to go out to raise money, it's to go out and build relationships and help donors reach their philanthropic goals. Whether that's an annual gift, whether it's a donation of land or stock, or a more complex case, all of these gifts to the Nature Conservancy help us advance our 2030 global goals, which our 2030 global goals are incredibly ambitious. We will look at conserving 30% of the globe's land, water, and ocean in order to promote and protect our Earth for a more sustainable future.
now the people that work with the Nature Conservancy, they're all over the state in your
Yeah.
particular. Now, you're stationed out of.
I'm in Madison, so
Madison?
we have a team of 12.
Okay.
We have an office in Ocean Springs, one at Camp Shelby in Hattiesburg,
Okay.
and one in Madison. So we come from all different backgrounds, and we have different roles, but at the heart of it, we're here to make Mississippi better.
Now, where are you from? Or down here? Or?
I am a George County native. My
Okay.
family has been in George County for generations. I've lived in Mississippi my entire life in George County. I went to college in Jackson at Millsaps College, lived in the Jackson Metro for a few years, and then decided it was time to get back near the coast in George
Right.
County and to really get to enjoy the natural areas that we have along the southern half of our state.
Now, I read, and I think I even had to ask Chelsea if I was reading something wrong, but it said you have 13 dogs?
I do. So this is one, my youngest dog, Birkin. He just turned a year old in May. I have quite a variety of rescue animals along with a farm consisting of goats, chickens, pigs, ducks, turkeys, and it's growing every day.
Yeah.
And she brings these to our office. She brings Birkin and her house goat, Gus, to our
So
Madison
you have a
office
little bit of
sometimes.
land around your
I
house.
do, yes. I live on family land, of course. My family's been there for generations, and that was the reason I really wanted to get back to South Mississippi. And of course, the heritage and the culture of our coast and South Mississippi is so unique.
Now, I told y'all before y'all came on, I want y'all to come back because really this show, we're just going to be able to get your face out there, tell a little bit about the
thank
different
you.
positions that are involved in this. But I have 6 dogs, but I live on 2nd Street in a very small house. And so that makes a little bit of a difference. Well, it's not a small house, but
Y'all are
I don't have a
cozy.
yard or anything.
Right.
And people are saying, like, I probably need to get some land.
You
For
should.
all my animals, and I'd probably have 20 or 30 if I had that land. I mean,
Once you start, it's hard to stop.
it is
Like
it
Pringles,
is.
right.
Candy just won.
Well, I appreciate y'all coming on, and tell us who we have coming on the next segment here.
In the next segment, we have Becky Stowe. She's
Mm-hmm.
our Director of Forest Programs. And then we also have Lance Middleton, and he is with the Mississippi Prescribed Fire Council. He's a coordinator.
Wow,
So-
we're learning a lot about.
So much.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you,
ladies, for coming on.
Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
We're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about the Nature Conservancy right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and all across the state, and we have Mr. Lance Middleton. Lance, appreciate you coming on. You got quite an accent to you, so we're going to get into that in just a minute.
Yes, sir.
The big megatropolis of Mize. I think I got lost there one time, got off the road maybe, and
Yeah.
watermelon capital of the world.
Yes, sir.
I bet you didn't realize I could remember all that.
You did really well.
And Becky Stowe, and Becky, we were just talking about what's your office? Are you located down here?
I'm at the Gulf Coast Research Lab,
Yeah.
the Halstead campus. Yep,
Right around the corner, and I mean that's
right.
I've ridden and walked that route past there, 10,000 times over the last 20-something years, and right around the end of East Beach.
That's right, close to the beach.
You have to be lost to get there.
You have to be either going there or you're lost, one or the
Right.
other. You don't just end up there.
No, you don't. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the Nature Conservancy, and I'm going to start with you, Becky. Tell us a little bit about your job. You've been with the organization, what, 23 years?
Yeah, I started in 2002, a while back. So I'm director of forest programs, but I also do a lot of acquisition and protection work. Been primarily along the Pascagoula River, which is one of our largest by volume undammed rivers in the lower 48 states, so it's really important to us. Done some work here recently on the Wolf River, Harrison County, Hancock County.
Okay.
So we helped buy a 14,000 acre piece of land, and it's now being run as a research forest for Mississippi State University.
Okay.
So partnerships, that's how we make all this work.
I know on the Pascagoula River there, you had Mark LaSalle, we had the
Oh,
Audubon
yes.
Society,
Yes.
built that center there.
That's right, still going strong.
And I think that was a brainchild of Steve Renfro with Chevron.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just
Steve
because
was
the
very
Boy Scouts were right next
Yes,
door.
exactly right. All
Bob
came
Dole.
together.
Yeah, I mean, all that is so familiar to me. And when I was working with Murchison Marine Bank, I know that the river was one of the things that said eventually would become so important to
Yeah.
this entire area, and you're starting to see a lot of that.
It's always
that
been
material.
important. It's always been important. I mean, even when Native Americans were here, that was the way they traveled up
Right.
and down the rivers. And then rafting logs down it to Moss Point. I mean, that was real important for commercial. Now it's really important for hunting and fishing and recreational opportunities, bird watching, just enjoying nature.
Yeah. Well, now Lance, tell us a little bit about Mize and what you do.
Okay, so I live in Ocean Springs now. I've been down there about 12 years. But Mize was known for its watermelons and its football back in the days of the 1A small school football. But I am the coordinator for the Mississippi Prescribed Fire Council, and I promote prescribed burning in the state of Mississippi, especially on the coast with our fire-dependent ecosystems of longleaf pine. Very important to our part of the world here.
You see a lot of fires, at certain times of the year. I know when you're driving even down 90, you'll see in Gaucher.
Yes, sir.
But I've never seen anything like you see over in California.
Right.
I mean, I think, is that mainly because of winds, or that it just
It's
stokes it?
a combination of very low humidity, single-digit humidity a lot of the times, winds, 100-mile-an-hour Santa Ana winds, mismanagement, a lot of it's, not doing prescribed fire like we do here in the South.
I'd say a lot of those fires you're seeing along 90 are Sandhill Crane Refuge or some of our properties
Right.
even, and we burn them off every few years, and that's what that
So
habitat
it's an
needs.
intentional strategy
intentional
to
needs.
Yes.
mitigate, something that might
It can
be.
prevent a wildfire.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
There's quite a bit of forestry in not only this part of the state, but I'm sure across the entire state, huh?
Yeah, we're I think forestry ranks about number 3 right now. It was number 1 for a long time. The poultry industry is number 1 now, but forestry's I think behind soybeans right now. So number 3 ag crop in Mississippi. So it's big business for sure.
Now, Becky, what do you do, head of the Marine?
So forestry. I do a lot of forestry work.
All forestry?
Lance and I work
both?
together pretty closely.
Okay, and Tom
Yep.
does Marine.
And Tom
Okay.
does marine, but I'll do other things, whatever needs to be done. My title is forestry, but I'll do protection work along the rivers and that sort of thing. So, yeah.
So the organization is sort of divided between the two?
And we kind of have like a freshwater division and a marine division and a forestry division, but we all work together. We are small staff. We all work together.
Now, how do you like Ocean Springs? Both of y'all are very familiar with. You've seen a lot of changes in the last decade. I know that.
Yeah, it has. And
A lot of traffic.
a lot of traffic.
Lot of traffic.
You don't get around anywhere. I don't get downtown much on the weekends. I kind of stay. I live kind of outside the
I mean, what
city
in
part.
the world? I mean, when I
Yeah.
moved there, it was 97 or 98, and I mean, it was a little quaint little town. and
Everybody
now
found
it's-
out.
Yeah.
Well, it's they found out all right, but they can stay over on Front Beach, not on East
Right.
Beach.
Yeah. Yeah. I live
That's the
out-
one thing we do have over there is is not as much traffic.
Right.
It's beyond the other. Now, are both of your, jobs across the entire state, or just down here, or is it just based here? Do you have other people that do
Mine's
the same
across
type?
the entire state, but most of the nature preserves that I manage are in the southeast part of the state. So I do most of my work in the southern part of the state.
Okay.
and I work all over the state as well.
Now, typical work week, you stay down here, or do you drive in
There is
a
no
lot?
typical work week.
For the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of in the office, but next week I'll be out and about and over. I'm actually helping out some forest stewardship stuff in Southwest Mississippi, so I'll be over there looking at some red-cockaded woodpecker habitat for the Nature Conservancy and the Forest Service. So it's a very diverse job. I really like that part about it. You're never doing the same thing 2 days in a row.
Right.
So you don't get bored and
Right.
you don't get really burnt out, like some jobs would be.
Now,
So-
we've just got about 30 seconds on this segment. Again, just like on the first segment, invite y'all back, talk a little bit more in detail. If somebody wanted more information, how do they get in touch with you?
Nature.org. They can go to our website.
Good, it's one of those websites you can
An
remember.
easy one, that's right.
Instead of when it's like, what? Or it's misspelled and they
Just
kept it
Google
that
us,
way.
Google Nature Conservancy in Mississippi, and you'll find us.
Okay, and it has a good description. Y'all
Yes.
got some great, pamphlets and I'm sure video that we can. Well, I appreciate y'all coming
Yeah,
on.
thank you for having us.
See, it's not as painful as it looks.
No.
Facebook
it's
as well.
easy.
You
That's
can
right.
you can
Social
run
media.
us down on social media as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank
right,
you so
thank you.
much.
Well, we're going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to be back after a word from our sponsor. Welcome back, everyone. We're now joined by Tom Moorman, and Tom, you're the director of the Marine,
Yes, sir. It's
Division.
the coastal program for the Nature Conservancy in Mississippi.
and your, place you call home is Ocean Springs USM Research Lab.
Yes, sir. Our office is at the Gulf Coast Research Lab.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what your, field of expertise is, or what are your day-to-day responsibilities?
Sure. So the goal of our program is to restore coastal habitats and work with partners to enhance what's existing already. We do some community resiliency projects, so there are times when we work within communities to help enhance nature-based solutions to solve some of their problems as well.
What would that mean? And
A good example would be utilizing natural systems like a wetland to help reduce storm water. Also making a culvert larger so that the natural flow between the saltwater and the freshwater are intact. That helps habitat in the Gulf, but it also helps the community with their drainage situations.
now, if you ever got into something that was like a catastrophe, obviously around here, the BP oil spill, it changes everything, your plans, everything for everybody that had to do with anything on the waters. Does that adapt what you do, or you just add that as part of what your day-to-day focus is?
That's a real good question. That's actually part of our calculus. So when we're developing a project, we want to look at the potentials for what could go wrong in the environment and try to incorporate elements to reduce that risk. So a good example of that is we recently constructed a nearshore fishing reef in Bay St. Louis. And we used some approaches that you would normally use to restore an oyster reef. But instead of building that reef flat, we created a series of conical cones that added vertical height to it. And that allows areas to be above low dissolved oxygen levels. Mm-hmm. So if there was a prolonged period where you had a poor mixing of oxygen in the water, hopefully some of your reef organisms would have the ability to be out of that dead zone.
Now, I know living down here, being from New Orleans, we heard a lot about the opening of the spillway and how that affected the oysters over here. I saw, this little handout, and I know that y'all are doing some things that are, I guess, sort of promoting that particular business. Tell us a little bit, how did that happen, or what happened? When they opened it, it changed the salt content, or
yeah. So so for marine organisms, salt water is a very important part of your metabolism. It's the environment you live in, and when that suddenly changes, you have to move or adapt to it. In the case of oysters, for example, they're attached to their substrate forever. They can't go anywhere. They can't migrate like other species were able to. So an example on our reef, we had a smaller project at the time. We saw a complete die-off of the oysters we were trying to grow at the time. But by incorporating, like I had mentioned, there was a conical shape to our oyster reef. That also creates a large amount of surface area. So those freshwater inflows aren't going to last forever. Eventually you're going to get salt water back, and it's going to start going back to its normal regime. And if you have a large area for surface area, that's another adaptation for new oysters to come in and land. So we designed that project thinking about, the Bonacari could happen again. You could have a localized freshwater inflow again. That's just part of Mississippi Sound naturally. Mm-hmm. So we were able to get funding from the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, the Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Trust Fund, and the Mississippi Tidelands Fund. All those three funding pots allowed us to build this reef and try to make it as resilient as we can.
Now, how far along is it from where it was before all that happened to where it is now? Is it sort of
and
replenished itself, or?
So we had a small project that was about 5 acres that was put in right after the Bonacari. So it's about 5 years old. And then the reef that I just referenced, the new one's about 40 acres. The small reef, the 5 acre one, is about 5 years old. It's showing really beautiful clumps of oysters on it. So what we hope to see in about 5 or 10 years is the same thing, but only not just one spot, but 40 acres worth of it.
I know, a lot of people, it brings it back home right away. I mean, there's a lot of businesses that are very dependent on the oyster population. Tell me a little bit about this Save Ourselves program. You said you just had to adapt the numbers, and so it must be going well, but you participate with local restaurants that...
Yeah, so we have a program where we collect oyster shells from local restaurants that would otherwise be diverted to a landfill. So we're taking material that would have otherwise been trash and repurposing it for conservation projects. So at this point today, we have 14 restaurants participating in the program, from Pass Christian to Ocean Springs. We've collected around 250,000 pounds of oyster shell. Our goal is to get about 500,000 in about 6 months or so from now and start curing that material. So you can't just put oysters back in the water. You have to let them cure out in the sunshine and let insects and Mother Nature do their thing to get all the organic bits off of that shell. And once it's properly processed and prepared by the sun, we can use those for new oyster reefs, fishing reefs, living shorelines, and other projects that could hopefully increase the amount of oysters that are in our state waters.
I'm looking at this. I've eaten at every one of them except the very first one, Caroline's.
Sure. Well, Coraline's, I'm sorry, is a new restaurant with the Beau Rivage. And
it is.
That's actually a really important connection to the program because we got started from a donation from MGM in Las Vegas, actually.
Okay.
So they gave us about 45,000 pounds of oyster shell material that was collected and eaten in Las Vegas, shipped it all the way over here, and donated it to the program. And the reason that's important is because of the curing process I talked about before. We needed to prove the concept of being able to utilize these shells, demonstrate a demand, but also start putting them to projects right away. So we got that material, it was already cured, so it was able to jumpstart our program to where we were able to get going with some conservation projects right away.
Well, I'll scratch that off because I'm eating there Saturday night, and so got reservations at 6:30, right before Make-A-Wish fundraiser we have there on Saturday. But again, y'all obviously connected and doing a lot of good in our local community. Like our other guests, want to invite you to come back. You know, give us updates about what y'all are doing, and again, if you wanted more information, it is at tnc.org, but we update our social media monthly, at least with regards to the Save Our Shells program. So that restaurant list is constantly evolving, and if this is something you want to try out, please go to our Facebook or Instagram page to get an updated list. Okay. Tom, I appreciate you coming on. Good to talk to you and good to meet you. And have a safe trip back to that crazy traffic over there in Ocean Springs. I think I'll stay away until about 8 o'clock at night.
Well, thank you very much.
We appreciate everybody's support of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi. And until next time, this is Todd Trenchard saying so long and may God bless.